everyone. So up to here we discuss about some of the basic mathematical tools that we have studied up to earlier, means either in the 9th class or in our 10th class, except that binomial theorem. But the two new mathematical tools that I want to discuss with you togetherly and this time only, these tools are going to be the part of class 11th as well as in the class 12th. So these are going to be the part of 11th and 12th mathematics, but we are dealing here itself. So for these tools, I want your 101% concentration. जितना concentration आपने पहले लगाया उससे ज़्यादा चाहिए यहाँ पे, because these are totally new thing to us. So the first mathematical tool or first operation mathematically that we are going to study is the differential calculus. Now, we know that in the physics when we study about any physical quantity, so I am discussing this tool from the behalf of the physics. So मैं इस tool की बात कर रहा हूँ आपसे physics के behalf से. So when we study about anything, so we always study or we always do or get the concept of any physical quantity by comparing them. Mostly we comparing them. If I ask you the simple definition of the velocity, if I ask you what is the definition of velocity, in the 9th class we have studied. So you will give me the answer. So velocity, it is defined as change in displacement with respect to change in time. Means what we are doing? We are comparing the change in displacement with respect to change in time. Means कितने given time में कितना displacement change हुआ. If I ask you for the acceleration, you will give me the answer in the same manner. So most of the time we always study those things in a comparison method which are changing with respect to each other. जब वो चीजें आपस में change हो रही हैं. So physics, various quantities are there which are viably changing, which are variable. And if we want to study those variable quantities, those quantities which are changing, we require this type of technical concept from the mathematics, and that is called as differential calculation. Differential. This word includes a sentence or a meaning of difference. Differential, it includes the word difference. Difference word means something is changing. So when any quantity changes, then only there is a difference in it. Means if I say initially the temperature of a given body is 20 degrees Celsius and after some time its temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. So if its temperature changes from 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, that shows you that there is a difference in the temperature of this body. But that temperature of the body changes with respect to as soon as the time is changes, and time is also a fundamental quantity which always changes. So now differential calculus help us to study the changing factor, but how that factor changes, and because of that let's try to concept. Let y is the function of x. So here I am using something, please try to understand. So I am using a quantity name as y. So there is a quantity which is y. It is a function. Function word in a simple language, if I say depend of x. So y depends on any other quantity x. So y depends upon x, and in mathematically we write in this manner. So y is the function of x. This f called the function. Function word represents the dependence. Like example, for an example, if I say y is equal to 2x plus 3. So in this equation, the y is any quantity and x is also any quantity. So if value of x changes, the value of y also changes. Means when x is 0, the y is 3. So if I am giving you example, if x is 0, the y is 3. Clear? If x is 1, the y is how much? X is 1, the y is 5. So this is called as, if x is 0, y was 3. If x is 1, the y is 5. means by changing the value of x, the value of y also changes. It means the value of the y depends upon the value of x, means y का value किस पे depend कर रहा है, x पे, and this is called as the function concept. Okay, so I'm just elaborating all the mathematics in a simple language. I'm not dealing the mathematics में आपसे अभी mathematics की टर्म में बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, but we required the mathematics here, so I'm trying to explain with some example. So try to understand, please. So y is a function of x, means y depend upon x, means if the value of x changes, then y changes. So y depend upon x, not the x depend upon y. First of all, that thing also should be clear. Y का value x पे depend करता है, x का value y पे नहीं. This is the y function of x. हाँ, if you say no sir, I will write in this manner. If I take the 3 on this side, so it would be y minus 3 is equal to 2x, or x is equal to y minus 3 by 2. Now you can say x is a function of y. That the value of x depend upon the y. So we always, if you remember in the unit and measurement, the second application that we studied was deducing the expression by using the dimension. So we always write the quantity which depends upon should be always taken on the left hand side, and the factors on which it depends, it should be always written, or it should be always mentioned on the right hand side. So this is the standard procedure of indicating that who is depending and to whom it is depending. So the quantity which is depending, that should be on LHS, and the quantity on which it is depending, that should be on RHS. I think I'm clear कि किस पे. So this example में इसे संभाल के रखते हैं क्योंकि ये आगे help भी करेगा. So y is the function of x. So it indicates you what? y किसका function है? x का. इसका मतलब that by changing the value of x, by changing the value of x, the value of y also changes. Okay, it means जब भी आप x का वैल्यू चेंज करेंगे तो y का वैल्यू चेंज होगा. I use the word change. Most of the time students get confused that if I increase the value of x, y is also increased. Okay, by increasing the x, y also increases. By decreasing the x, y also decreases. That indicated by using a concept of proportionality. वो आप जानते हैं, proportionality meaning directly or inversely. Here it is, we are not talking about the proportionality concept. Here we are talking about only dependence. We are only talking about that this thing is depending. ये चीज उस पे depend कर रहा है. How it is depending, whether it is depending directly or whether it is depending inversely, that depend upon the equation. So in this equation, if you increase the x, y increases. That's the great thing. ये अच्छा बात हुआ. But sometimes क्या पता इक्वेशन कुछ ऐसे हो जिसमें x का वैल्यू बढ़ाने से y घट भी सकता है. ये आप लोगों ने बहुत बार ट्राई किया हुआ है. So I am not using that increasing the x, y also increases. I am using that by changing the x, y changes. So how you are changing the x, whether you are increasing or decreasing the x. So on that respect, how the y changes, क्या पता डायरेक्टली भी चेंज हो सकता है, क्या पता इनवर्सली. सो दैट डिपेंड अपॉन द सिचुएशन. सो वी विल डिस्कस दिस लेटर ऑन. सो x, y is the function of x. So by changing the x, the y also changes. Example should be on the side. इसे साइड में ही रखते हैं. So thus delta x represents you change in x. And delta y represents you change in y. So this delta y by delta x, what we are going to do, that y depends upon the x, means by changing the x, y change हो रहा है. Now I want to study how much y is changes by changing the x. So first of all, who changes? कौन बदला? y change हुआ. But किसकी वजह से बदला? x की वजह से बदला, because y depends upon the x. Try to understand that concept. So here I am going to find out the ratio of how much there is a change in the y with respect to change in the x. So we call this ratio as a rate of change in y with respect to change in x or change in x. So this is called the rate of change in y with respect to change in x, or if x changes very small, अगर x में very small change हुआ है, then we represent this in this manner, dy by dx. dy by dx means d also represents the change and this delta also represents the change. But the d represents the change when the change is in very small amount. So the small change in y with respect to small change in x. So here, what is the meaning of dy by dx? It represents small change in y with respect to small change in x. And in mathematics, when we talk in terms of mathematics, so mathematical language says what we are doing? We are doing differentiation of y with respect to x. Mathematics call this ratio in this manner. Mathematics call this ratio in this manner, or in a simple language you can call this in this manner. So in simple language what we are doing, we know that y is a function of x, means y का value x पे depend करता है. It means by changing the x, y will change. Means x को change करेंगे तो y change हो जाएगा, और वो हुआ. And delta y means delta x means x में कुछ change किया तो y में भी change आया, and then we find their ratio. Let's suppose if I change the x by small amount. अगर मान लीजिए मैंने x को small amount में change किया, so that ratio would be represented in the form of dy by dx. So what is the meaning of dy by dx? The meaning of dy by dx is small change in y with respect to small change in x. What is the small change in y with respect to small change in x? This is the simple definition of dy by dx, means comparing or finding the ratio of change in y with respect to change in x. But y में change हुआ किसकी वजह से? x. फिर again I am saying you how we are representing. Who is changing here? कौन change हो रहा है? y change हो रहा है. किसका वजह से change हो रहा है? x का वजह से. So the thing which is changing, that should be on the numerator part, and because of which it is changing, that should be in denominator part. तो जो चेंज हुआ वो ऊपर और जिसकी वजह से चेंज हुआ वो नीचे. तो dy by dx. एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स, जब आप किसी मैथमेटिक्स के पास जाएंगे, किसी भी मैथमेटिशियन के पास जाएंगे, he will call this not in the proper language that small change in y with respect to small change in x. He used to call differentiation. Differentiation, it word means change, difference. मैंने आपसे पहले ही बात किया था that differentiation word includes a word difference. और किसी भी चीज में difference तभी आता है जब उसमें वो change आता है. So he will use, a mathematician will use a word differentiation of y. Differentiation मतलब change. तो change of y with respect to x means y में कितना change हुआ, किसकी वजह से? x का वजह से, and this is called as differentiation. So here I haven't discussed any rule of the differentiation. Here I discussed only the method of representation of the differentiation. इस तरीके से हम represent करते हैं. So dy by dx means differentiation of y, means change in y with respect to change in x. But this can only be possible if y is function of x. Up means you can only study that how much change in the y with respect to change in x. y में कितना change हुआ with respect to x हम लोग तभी पढ़ सकते हैं तब जब y किसका function हो? x का function. When the y is a function of x, then only we can study. तब हम पढ़ सकते हैं that what is the change in the y with respect to x. जब y x पे डिपेंड ही नहीं करेगा. लेट्स सपोज फॉर एन एग्जांपल y is equal to 3. For example, y is equal to 3. So initially x is equal to 0. Imagine that x is equal to 0 for this example. So when x is equal to 0, what would be the y? It would be 3. When x is equal to 1, what would be the y? It would be 3. So it means y is not depending upon the x. And if y is not depending upon the x, there would be no change in the y. And if there is no change in the y, we can't study the differentiation of y with respect to x. So I hope, am I clear with the what is the meaning of dy by dx? हम लोग ये चीज निकालने जा रहे हैं in future. Differentiation of y with respect to x. But what does that mean? Mean the change in y with respect to change in x, mean differentiation of y with respect to x. But this can only be studied if y is the function of x. Clear with that? So first of all, please note it down, this whole definition and the concept. And now we are going to proceed towards the rules of the differentiation. How to calculate those differentiation rules. Done? Okay. So there are some rules that we are going to study about the differentiation, and here I am not rubbing this example because this was the example because of which I shows you that by changing the x, y changes. But I will discuss how the rules are applicable to this example, and now we will first of all write down the rules. So rule number 1. dy by dx. We are going to find out differentiation of y with respect to x. तो हमें यही चीज निकालना है. तो इसके लिए चलिए केस स्टार्ट करते हैं. केस नंबर 1, when y is equal to x power n. When y is equal to x power something, y is a function of x, na? So if we want to calculate dy by dx, if y is function of x, यानी y should be depend upon x. y x पे depend होना चाहिए. कैसे depend हो रहा है? It does not matter, but it should depend. So if y is equal to x power n, so how to differentiate this? dy by dx means d by dx of x power n, and the differentiation of this is n, that power will come in front, and x power n minus 1. This is your first rule. Differentiation of x की power n. What is the change in the x की power n? It is always n x power n minus 1. Rule number 2. If y is equal to c, where c word means constant, y is simple constant. So now the dy by dx, what is y? Constant. So change in constant with respect to x. Change in constant. और constant में कितना change आता है? 0, because constant is always constant. So what is the differentiation of constant? 0. Rule number 3. If y is equal to constant into x की power n. If it is a mixture of first and second rule, means we have x की power something, but along with that we have some constant. So the differentiation of this is constant x power n. The rule is the constant will be come out of the differentiation as it is. Constant बाहर आ जाएगा, and what left? d by dx of x की power n. And what is the differentiation of x power n? According to rule number 1, it would be your c n x power n minus 1. Clear? Okay, so this is our rule number 3. Similarly, we are going to discuss with the rule number 4. If y is the sum or subtraction of two terms, if y is the sum or subtraction of two terms, means y एक ऐसी चीज से बना है जिसमें दो terms या तो add हो रही हैं या subtract हो रही हैं. तो how to solve this? d by dx, what is the value of y? It can be u plus minus v. Let's suppose I have taken two terms. First term is u, second term is v, and it is plus minus. Either they are adding or either they are subtracting. So the rule is first term would be differentiate separately. Whatever be the sign between them, that sign will remain the same, and second term will be differentiate separately. Am I clear with that? That if we have two term, अगर हमारे पास दो term है, I have taken the example of two term. If we have three term, four term, and so on. So जितनी भी हमारे पास terms हैं, it means every term would be differentiated separately. हर term का variation अलग-अलग पढ़ा जाएगा. पहले u को पढ़ेंगे, फिर v को. अगर third है तो third, fourth, and in between them whatever be the sign. अगर उनके बीच में plus है तो it would continue the plus. And if they have the minus, it will continue with the minus. So this is called addition rule or subtraction. Then number fifth rule that I will discuss. The fifth rule is if your y is the product of two terms. Let's suppose I have two terms. One term is u, another term is v, and it is product of them. So how to solve this? So d by dx of y is equal to u into v. So the product rule says the first term will be as it is. What is the first term? U. So u should be as it is. U को वैसे का वैसा रखना है जैसे है. First of all, second term would be differentiate with respect to x. V का differentiation करेंगे किसके respect में? X के respect में plus. Now the second term which was differentiated, that term would be remain as it is, and the first term would be differentiated. This is called as your product rule. Means when we are multiplying the two terms, u into v. Done? Means first term as it is, second का differentiation plus next time जिसका differentiation किया था that term would be as it is, and first term जिसका नहीं हुआ अब उसका बारी आ गया ना. Okay. Now sixth rule, you can call this as a division rule. If y is equal to u divided by v. So if y is equal to in this manner, so d by dx of u divided by v. What is the differentiation of this rule? Your v should be as it is first of all. V word means the denominator term should be as it is. Firstly, the numerator would be differentiated. Okay. Now minus. Now the numerator जो आपने differentiate किया that should be as it is and v should be differentiated. So that is the term जो आपको ध्यान में रखना है. यहाँ पे तो addition है तो आप पहले किसी को भी बचा सकते हैं, but in division you have to be pretty much careful that firstly v को बचाना है. Firstly, the denominator term should be remain as it is. Numerator should be differentiated minus. Now your numerator should be remain as it is and denominator should be differentiated whole divided by square of the denominator. Whole divided by the square of the v. And this is the rule called as the which rule? Division. So here we have the 6 important rules that I discussed. There are some rules which are related to the trigonometry, and there is one more rule is called as the chain rule. But उसके बारे में मैं आराम से डिस्कस करूंगा आपके साथ chain rule के बारे में. But let's discuss the trigonometry rules को और लिख लेते हैं. If y is equal to sin x, so the differentiation of sin x is cos x. I want just कि आप लोग केवल बेसिक को रिमेंबर रखें. Differentiation of cos x is your minus sin x. So differentiation of sin x is your cos x and differentiation of cos x is your minus sin x. अभी के लिए आप लोगों को इन्हीं पे ही वर्क करना है recently and you should gather all them. Done? So now I want to discuss here. So these are the rule. You will note it down. आप लोग इसे note down कर लेंगे. But let's come to that example. And by this example, I want to demonstrate that all the rules जो अभी हम लोगों ने लिखे हैं, वो rules कैसे apply होते हैं. So here we have y is equal to 2x plus 3. Means y is a function of x. वो हमें given है यहाँ पे. So if y is the function of x, तो एक example लिया. If x was 0, y was 3. If x was 1, y was 5. So what is the change in x? X में कितना change हुआ? 0 to 1. So how much change in x? 1. What is the change in y here? 5 minus 3, it is 2. So what is the change in y with respect to change in x? How much? 2. So y में कितना change हुआ with respect to x? There was a 2 change y with respect to x. आपने देखा. Now, if we apply the rule d by dx, I want to give you the example. dy. What is y we have? So y in terms of x. Y हमें कितना दे रखा है? 2x plus 3. So first of all, if we want to solve this equation by using any of the rule, ये तो चलो value रख के रखा, but if I want to solve this, first of all, how many terms I have? I have 2 terms. So if I have 2 terms and they are adding, so I have to apply the addition rule. So if I apply the addition rule, first term, which is 2x, it should be differentiated separately, plus second term, which is only 3, it should be differentiated separately. Now, in the first term, what we have? 2x. What is 2? It is constant, but this constant is not alone. It is with the x, means it is with the variable. Means constant with the variable. That means we can apply the third rule. And in that case, क्या होता है? Constant will be came out. तो constant तो बाहर आ गया. क्या बच गया? dx by dx, only x की power 1. Plus, what is d by dx here? 3. And what is 3? Constant. And it is single constant. ये constant अकेला है. And what is the differentiation of the constant with respect to x? It would be 0. dx cancel, you can say, and what is the answer? 2 plus 0, 2. So by applying the rule, and we are not specific with the one rule, we are using addition rule, we are using this rule and this rule. And by using the combination of all the rule, we have derived what is the change in y with respect to change in x by using the rule. And along with the same side, I have written the example जो हम लोगों ने starting में रखा था, that by changing the x, the value of y changes. Okay, here यहाँ पे आपको value रख के करना आसान लगता है, but as soon as जैसे ये equations complicated होते जाएंगे, these rules are going to be very much initial and the important part हमारे लिए बनते जाएंगे. So initially we have the 8 rules जो मैंने आपके सामने रखे हैं. Okay, so first of all, please everyone note it down all the rules. Okay, example, I will solve one more example along with you. If you want to note this example, you can note it down, but note down all the rules carefully. सारे rules को पहले carefully mention कीजिए, please everyone. Done? Okay, now after dealing with all these rules, here the one important rule that I want to discuss with you, and that rule is called as chain rule. So this is called as chain rule. Okay, so let's talk about this chain rule. So when we are going to discuss about the chain rule, so chain rule, it gives you idea about the links. जैसे इसका नाम ही है chain, and chain, how the chain is framed, one link is connected with the another is connected with the next one. To explain this chain rule, I want to clarify or I want to discuss some with an example. मैं आपके साथ पहले discuss करना चाहूँगा, but सबसे पहले चलो try करते हैं. Here the teacher has given that y is equal to function of u. So teacher has given us that y is the function of u. Y किस पे depend कर रहा है? U. And he again written that u is the function of x. I think now the word or the definition of function is clear to you, that y depend कर रहा है u पे और u depend कर रहा है x पे, and teacher asked me calculate dy by dx. Teacher is asking me calculate the differentiation of y with respect to differentiation of x. तो y का differentiation x के respect में direct तब हो सकता है जब क्या हो, जब y is the function of x. But here y is not the function of x. Y is the function of u, and that u is function of x. So here we are making a chain. Means y u पे depend कर रहा है और u x पे depend कर रहा है. So it is forming a chain. So how we can solve this? dy by du into du by dx. Clear with that? Try to understand that. If I want dy by dx, so what is that link जो दोनों में कॉमन है? वो लिंक क्या है जो दोनों को रिलेट कर रहा है? That link is u. Y relate with the u and that u is relating with the x. So here what we have done, we multiply with the du and we divide with the du. So how we can calculate dy by dx if it is related with some other term? Firstly we will calculate dy by du. And that dy by du, after that we will calculate du by dx. So firstly we will calculate differentiation of y with respect to u because y depend upon u. And then we will calculate u differentiation with respect to x because u is depend upon x. For this, let's try to solve this. For an example, for this chain rule, let's try to have y is equal to sine x square. Okay. Now the point is that now the teacher is asking calculate dy by dx. Solve this. इसे solve करके दिखाएंगे. Means calculate the change in y with respect to x. So please let's start with that. First of all, dy by dx, and what is the value of y is given to us? It is sine x square. Now the problem and the thing is that we know the differentiation of sine. हमें साइन का रूल मालूम है and what was the differentiation of sine? Cos. But completely उसे ध्यान से देखिए एक बार वापस से. Differentiation of sine x is cos x, means d by dx of sine x is cos x. अब अगर मैं आपसे सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बात करूं, whatever be the function, यहां पे जो भी फंक्शन है, अगर उस फंक्शन को उसी के रिस्पेक्ट में चेंज में पढ़ा जा रहा है, that will in that case only the rule is applied. Means जिस चीज के रिस्पेक्ट में अगर आप उसे डिफरेंशिएट कर रहे हैं, अगर वो वही है तब आप उसे काम कर सकते हैं. सो इट मींस साइन का डिफरेंशिएशन तो cos होता है, बट यहां पे x था तो इसलिए x रहा. सो नाउ द पॉइंट इज दैट यहां पे एग्जैक्टली हुआ क्या? sin x square. So sin differentiation is cos x square. So हम लोगों ने तो sin का differentiation पढ़ा, तो firstly the sin is differentiated हो गया, but this term, the angle in between the sin, this is other than the x. ये x के अलावा दूसरा चीज है, तो इसका differentiation एक बार फिर से करना पड़ेगा separately, only that x square, क्योंकि sin हो चुका है, x square का नहीं हुआ. और this x square and sin are not two different terms. ये मत देखिए ये दोनों अलग अलग चीजें हैं. अगर ये चीज ऐसे होता x square sin x, then you will say sir this is the separate thing, this is the separate thing. But this x square is within the angle, so ये तो एक ही टर्म होगा ना. But in this term angle is in different form and we are differentiating with the x. So that's why उस x का अलग से करना पड़ेगा. And it would become cos x square and x power n. कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं? n means पावर आगे आ जाएगा and x power n minus 1, so 2 minus 1 1. So what left? 2 into x, 2x cos x square. This is the differentiation of y is equal to sin x square. Means in indirect manner हम लोग ये कॉन्सेप्ट हमेशा लगाते हैं. If I want to try with that, please help me. If I want to do that sin x, so the differentiation of sin is cos x. हम लोग हमेशा यही करते हैं, sin का differentiation cos, जो एंगल है उसे as it is रहने दीजिए, and जो एंगल है उस एंगल का differentiation एक बार फिर से कर दो. और यहां पे एंगल क्या था? x, and dx cancel with the dx, means x की पावर 1, और आप पावर रूल भी लगा सकते हैं. And what left? Only cos x. Okay everyone, since we have discussed something related to the differential calculus, so we know what is the meaning of the differentiation or the differential calculus, and we know some rules, some basic rules to carry out that differentiation. So I have discussed one example related to that differential calculus. Let's have one more example related to that expression that we can solve, and in this example the examiner or the teacher has provided us that we have y, any quantity, is in the form of square root of 4x square plus 7. So he is saying that the y is equal to under root over 4x square plus 7. So he is been giving that y is function of x, means the value of y depends upon the value of x. And now he is asking us simply calculate what? dy by dx. Means find out the differentiation of y with respect to x. So let's carry out. So we know the value of x. So dy by dx. It is equal to d by dx. So what is the value of y we have? It is 4x square plus 7. And what is the meaning of square root? The meaning of square root means the whole power is half. So now the point is that since in this equation the power is whole over the quantity 4x square plus 7. So first of all, what we are going to do? We are going to solve the power. Means first of all we will solve the power, then we will proceed towards that. So we will apply the power rule. And what was the power rule? That d by dx of x power n is nx power n minus 1. So please help me out. So what's your power? 1 by 2. So it would be in front. But here x power n. But in place of x there is whole term which is equal to 4x square plus 7. So this is the whole term which is behaving like the x, but वो x नहीं है, but it is a whole term remaining n minus 1. But since this term is getting differentiated with respect to x, so this term is not x. This whole term जिसके ऊपर power था, this whole term is not x, so it is going to get differentiate again with respect to x. This is the chain rule that we have discussed. Means if you imagine this term as a u, so dy by dx. So it means we are dealing first of all du half by dx. If you take this term as a u or some other quantity, but let it be take this as a simple. First of all we will solve the power, but once we are solving the power we will not disturb the inner term. Then we will go with the term. So now what is the remaining part? Half minus 1, it would be your what? Negative half. And to differentiate it, the differentiation of 4x square would be separate. So d by dx of 4x square plus d by dx of 7. By applying the addition rule, means first quantity separate and the next one will be separate. So what it would be? 1 by 2. 4x square plus 7 negative half differentiation of this. What is 4? 4 is constant. But this is a constant along with a variable. So that's why this constant would be out of the differentiation. Means वो बाहर आ जाएगा. There would be no change in the value of the 4. And what left? X square. X square. We will again apply the power formula. So it will become 2x. The power will be in front and x power 2 minus 1 which is 1. But what is here? Only 7. Means we have a constant but that constant not with any variable. And the differentiation of only constant is 0. So what we left? 4 to the 8x. So it would be 8x by 2 4x square plus 7 whole power half. If we solve it little bit further, so what we got here? dy by dx is equal to 4x. Since its power is negative half. Negative means it would be in denominator and half means it should be in square root. And here we have the solution. So what is the differentiation of y with respect to x? If y is equal to under root 4x square plus 7, it is your 4x divided by whole root over 4x square plus 7. So here we are applying the chain rule, we are applying the addition rule, we are applying the power rule, we are applying the concept of the constant. Means you can apply or you have to apply all the important relations which are related with the differentiation. So here are the some examples that I discussed and the sum of the examples that you are going to get in your assignment. So please do all the assignments, please do all the numericals related with that, practice it. If you have any doubt related to that, you can may ask. Done? So first of all, please note it down. Okay everyone, since we have done the one important calculus, that was the differential calculus, and let's introduce the last topic of the mathematical tool, which is your integral calculus. Means in a simple language, if I use a word here of mathematics, that word is integration. So first of all, what is integration? So basically, integration or integral calculus is reverse of differential calculus, you can say. So integral calculus, it is the reverse process of differential calculus. For an example, let's suppose if we have y is equal to fx. Let's suppose we have a equation, means in which the y integer, or you can say the y quantity, is a function of x quantity, means y is a function of x. So when we differentiate y with respect to x, means when we are going to differentiate this given function, means the y which is the function of x, so this given function is a function of x with respect to x, we got some answer. And let's suppose the final function or the final result that we got is f dash x. Means if we differentiate any quantity, so we will get any answer. हमें कुछ ना कुछ answer जरूर मिलता है. And let's suppose after differentiating fx, we got the answer f dash x. So it means f dash x is the answer after differentiating fx with respect to x. So once we differentiate fx, once we differentiate any given function with respect to x, it will give us the sum answer f dash x. Now, if I want my answer back, if I want that मुझे अपना वो original function वापस चाहिए. So for that reverse process, means from fx, so if we differentiate the fx, we got f dash x. So what is the reverse process? If we integrate the f dash x, and the symbol for integration is this line. So by this manner we will show the integration. So the integration of f dash x means whatever be the result of differentiation with respect to x, this will give us what? The original function fx. Okay, so what is the integral? Means the integration of f dash x is equal to fx. So the integration of f dash x means a function which is a result of the differentiation of fx, that would be the fx again. Means if we have dy by dx as a f dash x, so dy by dx is your f dash x. This was the result that you got. dy by dx gives us the result f dash x. So if we take this dx on this side, it will give us a new equation. And whatever be the integration, if we do the integration of this term, this will give us the again y, which is equal to fx. That's why we used to call that the integration of any function with respect to x gives us the same function जिसका differentiation हमने पहले किया था. So in that manner we can say integration is the reverse of the differentiation. Means किसी भी function का differentiation करते हैं, we got some result. If we जो result हमें मिला, if we do the integration of that result, जो result हमारे पास आया, अगर हम उसका integration करते हैं, तो हमें वो function वापस से मिल जाएगा. But it also gives us some more information. So this is the technical point that I am placing in front of you. ये वो technical चीज थी mathematically जो मैंने आपके सामने रखी. Now let's talk about the basic purpose behind the integration. Differentiation. Its basic purpose और where we are going to apply the differentiation. हमें कब differential calculus कर रहा है या कब integration. और अभी भी बहुत बच्चे confuse हो होंगे. Sir, means we are learning. हम समझ रहे हैं. We are learning that we are doing the differentiation. But what is the purpose of that? So in the differentiation, what we study? When we study the change in any quantity with respect to change in any other quantity. Means for an example, when I am studying the change in y with respect to change in x. But ये तभी हो सकता है जब y किस पे डिपेंड करता है? x पे. तो ये अब हमें बहुत सारी चीजों को पढ़ने में हेल्प करता है. Like velocity. For an example, I am saying here, we will study this equation in the next chapter. Just after this mathematical tool will be finished in this video, and when we start in the next lecture our new chapter, the motion in a straight line, then we will discuss about that. But before that, we all know that velocity stands for rate of change of displacement. This is the definition that you are learning from the class 9. Rate of change of displacement is known as velocity. So what is happening in the velocity? What is happening in the velocity? That your displacement is changing with respect to time. Means जैसे जैसे टाइम चेंज हो रहा है बॉडी के अंदर डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो रहा है. मींस बॉडी की पोजीशन चेंज हो रहा है. सो डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज चेंजिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम. मींस डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. जैसे जैसे टाइम चेंज हो रहा है बॉडी का पोजीशन चेंज हो रहा है. और अगर ऐसा हो रहा है, इन दैट केस वी कैन से दैट द बॉडी इज इन अ मोशन. और अगर बॉडी मोशन में है सो डेफिनेटली बॉडी इज एक्वायरिंग सम वेलोसिटी. I am not going in the technical part of the velocity now. अभी मैं उसमें नहीं जा रहा हूँ. But the simple concept, the change in displacement with respect to change in time means time के respect में displacement change हो रहा है. Okay? ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते कि displacement के respect में time change हो रहा है. Time flows itself. Time is a independent quantity जो एक ही direction में flow करता है. Technically अभी हम time के ऊपर कोई बातें नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो that is the another concept. But the flow or the way that we treat the time, that we always treat the time as an independent quantity जो किसी other factor पे depend नहीं करता है. Like time does not depend upon temperature, pressure, means वो नहीं कर रहा है. So time is an independent quantity. ये कभी rest यानी stop यानी एक fixed position पे नहीं है. It always get flowing. और इसका फ्लो करने का डायरेक्शन एक ही है, दैट इज इन अ फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन. टाइम पीछे भी फ्लो नहीं कर सकता. ओके, दैट आर द डिफरेंट थिंग. दैट इफ समवन इज थिंकिंग अबाउट द टाइम मशीन, सो सर बाय यूजिंग दैट वी कैन गो इन द पास्ट और वी कैन गो इन द फ्यूचर. दैट इज द डिफरेंट थिंग, अ थ्योरेटिकल कॉन्सेप्ट. बट इन अ सिंपल मैकेनिकल फिजिक्स वी ऑलवेज ट्रीट अ टाइम एज अ इंडिपेंडेंट क्वांटिटी व्हिच फ्लोज इन अ वन डायरेक्शन, जो कंटिन्यूअसली चल रहा है. सो मींस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज चेंजिंग. So it means the small change in displacement with respect to time means how much displacement is changed with respect to time. So what we are doing here, we are differentiating displacement with respect to time. Means where the differentiation can be applied. So differentiation can be applied on those physical quantity whose definition includes change in any quantity with respect to change in other quantity. Means डिफरेंशिएशन वहां पे अप्लाई कर सकते हैं जहां पे कोई क्वांटिटी चेंज हो रही है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू किसी अदर क्वांटिटी के रिस्पेक्ट में. आई हैव प्लेस्ड द एग्जांपल इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द इंटीग्रेशन. कि इंटीग्रेशन कहां पे अप्लाई हो. सो द नेम ऑफ द इंटीग्रेशन इज इंटीग्रेशन. इंटीग्रेशन वर्ड मींस इंटीग्रेटिंग, मींस टोटलिंग, मींस सम अप. मींस जब भी किसी भी चीज को टोटल स्टडी करना है, then we use or then we prefer a technique or a different calculus of the mathematics that is called as your integration. Means if we study the small displacement, means for an example if I use this always, v is equal to ds by dt. So from here what you can say, ds is equal to v dt. Okay, so ds means, now what you are saying here, if you want to find, please check this out, if we desire to find what is velocity, अगर हम velocity calculate करना चाहते हैं, then what we have to do, we have to do small change in displacement per unit, small change in the time. So that is our desire. सो फॉर आर डिजायर, जो चीज हम कैलकुलेट करना चाहते हैं उसके लिए मुझे दोनों चीजों का स्मॉल स्मॉल चेंज पढ़ना पड़ेगा। नाउ इफ आई राइट, आई थिंक टेक्निकली इफ v is equal to ds by dt, so technically I can write ds as a v dt. So what is the meaning of ds? ds means small change in displacement. V means the velocity with which the body is moving. So let's suppose the body is moving with constant velocity, for example 20 meter per second. Dt means small change in time. So what does this equation gives us information? So this equation says the small displacement is equal to velocity into small time. Means small time के अंदर, let's suppose I am talking about 1 second. So उस 1 सेकंड के अंदर आप 20 मीटर पर सेकंड का स्पीड से चल रहे थे, तो आपने डिस्प्लेसमेंट इतना किया। ओके, सो दिस इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट फॉर द स्मॉल इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम। बट इफ आई वांट टू कैलकुलेट हाउ मच माय बॉडी विल कवर द डिस्टेंस in 30 minutes. So if I want to calculate the total distance covered by the body in 30 minutes, but I know how much the displacement is covered by the body in 1 second. मुझे ये मालूम है मेरी बॉडी ने स्मॉल टाइम में कितना चला, बट अब मुझे 30 मिनट का टोटल डिस्टेंस चाहिए। सो फॉर दैट व्हाट इज द मेथड दैट वी यूज द इंटीग्रेशन टेक्निक। दैट we will find out. So this symbol initially it was written as ds is equal to v dt, but after integrating it can be written as ds is equal to integration of v dt. So this symbol shows you want to study the total. तो सीधा सा बात अगर मैं आपसे बोलूं, if you want to understand that where we have to apply the differentiation, so we have to apply the differentiation if we want to study any quantity जिसमें चीजें, एक ऐसी quantity जो depend करता है एक other quantity पे जो कि change हो रहा है, okay? But अगर हमें किसी चीज का total चाहिए तो उसके लिए सबसे पहले हमें उसका small amount मालूम होना चाहिए। अगर हमें उसका स्मॉल अमाउंट मालूम है, so to calculate the total, okay, how we can calculate the total? So we will discuss the rule in the lecture just after discussing it. वो हम डिस्कस करेंगे कैसे कर सकते हैं, बट ये मालूम होना चाहिए कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं। So if we want to calculate the total, अगर हमें total चाहिए, for that in that case we always prefer that operation, and that operation is called integration, means sum of or the total. Okay, so I think am I clear with that कि हमें differentiation कहाँ पे, because in physics हमें ये दोनों मेथड बार-बार यूज करने हैं। We have to use both the method in just next chapter itself when we are going to study motion in a straight line. So we should be clear that where we are going to use differentiation and where we are going to get the integration. Okay, so first of all integration. So this is an example. One side I show you differentiation means f dash x is the answer just after the differentiation. But if we integrate the f dash x, we again get the fx. मुझे वापस से total मिल जाएगा. Okay? So that is the example that I place in front of you, and you should be noted down all the data. Done? Okay. Now, since we know that integration is the reverse process of the differentiation, means differentiation gives us the information about the particular thing, means what is the small change in any quantity with respect to other. So differentiation gives us that information, but integration try to gives us the information of the total. So that's why वो small को पढ़ता है तो ये total को, that's why both are the reverse process, and there are some rules for the integrations like the differentiation. So you should be clear with the rules. So first of all, integration of what? Only dx. So integration of only dx is equal to x plus c. Okay, x is that initial function जिसका differentiation करेंगे तो हमें वापस यहाँ पे 1, you know that we can write only dx means 1 into dx, but c represents you the constant. For an example, if y is equal to x, for an example, check this out, if y is equal to x, so what would be the differentiation of y with respect to x? It would be dx by dx, and it would be 1. So what is dy by dx? It is 1. So dy is equal to 1 into dx. So this 1 is the answer for the differentiation of y with respect to x. अब अगर इस 1 का इंटीग्रेशन कर देते हैं, so 1 into dx integration is x again plus c. This c represents some constant, because if there is some constant, let's suppose there is x plus 2. Imagine that. If there is x plus 2 here, so the differentiation of x would be done separately. So d by dx of x plus differentiation of 2 is to be going separately. So differentiation of x with respect to x is 1, but the differentiation of 2 would be 0 because it is constant, and it again 1. Means 1 is the answer of the differentiation of x जो हम लोगों ने पहले लिया, और 1 is also the answer for the differentiation of x plus 2. Means in this we got the value of 0 as a constant's differentiation. अगर constant का differentiation करते हैं we got the answer 0. But if we try to again integrate it, it will only gives us the information about that variable. So this integration does not gives us the information about that constant factor. That's why it is mandatory to mention c on the side of that variable. c represents there can be any constant. क्या पता वहां पे कोई constant हो सकता है. And such type of integral, okay, this was the example to demonstrate it. And such type of integral is called as indefinite integral. Indefinite integral. As its name signifies, it is integral, means it is integration, it is the sum of, but it is not definite. ये फिक्स नहीं है, because क्या पता कोई और भी कांस्टेंट हो सकता था. Okay, so this is your first rule. You can either write 1 into dx, or if you want to simply write only dx, so the only integration of dx is x plus some constant. Similarly, if we have some variable x power n dx, so the integration of x power something is x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus some constant might be हो सकता है इसका. Okay, similarly we can have the third rule that we have c x power n. Okay, in place of c I am writing a. So here a is also representing a constant. So the integration of this is again the constant would be out of the integration. What left? Only x power n dx, means integration of x power with respect to x is equal to gives you a as it is, and the integration of x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus some constant might be, क्या पता कोई constant हो भी सकता है, और अगर नहीं होता है तो this constant can have the value of the 0. That's why it is called as indefinite. We are not getting that proper way. Okay, so there are the three basic rules that we discuss about that. Only dx means a constant into some, x power n, and this other form. Similarly, we have some basic also. If we have some two terms, we have to use only these basic fundamental rules for the physics starting only. I am not saying that if I have discussed the differentiation with you, so I have discussed the complete differentiation. मैंने आपसे पूरा मैथ का differentiation पढ़ लिया और आपको मैथ्स का differentiation complete आ जाएगा. As I earlierly mentioned in the part 1 of the mathematical tool, that मैंने वहां पे भी मेंशन किया था that we are using mathematical rules, mathematical formulas और mathematical techniques as a tool. हमें वो टूल की तरह, हथियार की तरह चाहिए यहाँ पे, so that हम लोग अपना काम निकलवा सकें. Means we physicists are selfish. हमें फिजिक्स से, हमें मैथ से वो टूल चाहिए ताकि हम लोग अपना वर्क इन फ्यूचर निकलवा सकें उनसे जल्दी करके. तो हमें उस पर जल्दी वर्क करना है. We have to understand the concept of physics. हमें फिजिक्स के कॉन्सेप्ट अंडरस्टूड करने हैं, बट उनमें अगर किसी मैथमेटिकल टूल्स का जरूरत है तो हम लोग उसे वहां से सीधा यूज करेंगे. हम उस टूल को नहीं देखेंगे, अच्छा whether this tool is working on this principle. We will not try to look on the principle of the tool. हम लोग उसके प्रिंसिपल पे ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं देंगे. Okay, हाँ, that does not mean कि I am saying कि आपको रटना है. Just wait for some time, have the patience. You are going to get your answer for every question. जितने भी क्वेश्चन आपके दिमाग में अभी रेज हो रहे हैं, you are going to get the answer for every questions. Have the patience. Some of the answer would be given by the physics in later on. बहुत सारे ऐसे आंसर हैं mathematical tools के जो मैं ही आपको दूंगा in physics later on as per the requirement when the correct time would become. And some of the answer, not some, most of the answer you will get from the mathematics basically, and your teachers are going to explain you everything from the mathematics side, and from here I am trying my best. So here we have another rule. If we have two terms having addition or subtraction, so rule is again simple. First term is going to differentiate plus integrate, and second term is going to integrate separately along with their sum. Similarly, we have product rule and division rule, but for that again we have to wait. But the point and the rules that I am discussing here, I am clearly mentioning, I am discussing only those rules, those are going to be beneficial rule for the upcoming chapter. जो आने वाले चैप्टर्स के लिए हमारे बेस्ट अपकमिंग चैप्टर्स मींस आई एम टॉकिंग फ्रॉम ऑन द बिहाफ ऑफ क्लास 11th. So in the class 11th, whatever be the rules of the differential, integration, trigonometry we require, we are gathering all of them. हमें बस यही चाहिए अभी के लिए, रिसेंटली अभी यही टूल चाहिए, तो अभी यही टूल बॉक्स ओपन करना है. So if you want to open something, so I am requiring just only this tool box. अभी मुझे दूसरे टूल बॉक्स को ओपन नहीं करना है रिसेंटली. Okay, so I hope you are understanding that what I am trying to say. So these are the four basic rules that we require. Similarly, we have to do the trigonometry rules. So the integration of sin x is minus cos x. So if you know, the differentiation of sin x was cos. The differentiation of sin x was cos x, but the integration of sin x is minus cos x plus something constant. Similarly, integration of cos x is plus sin x, just reverse as comparison to differentiation. Okay, so these are the rules जो अब हमें चाहिए. Just only अभी के लिए we require only those rules, but these are the rules for indefinite integral. Before leaving and before finishing, I want to discuss one more, and this is called definite integral. So there is a problem in the indefinite integral. So indefinite integral give us information about the total sum, means sum पढ़ना, but कहाँ it is not been defined. So it is indefined or indefinite. That's why there is unknown constant is coming all side. हर जगह constant आएगा ही आएगा. But definite integrals gives us or it help us to give the total. वो हमें total पढ़ने में help करेगा, but in a definite range. Okay, and to show that we always use this type of symbol. So all the rules that I discussed with you, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so all the 6 rules that I have discussed from the indefinite integral, all the rules are applicable for the definite. So for definite integral, rules are same, but there is a limit. That if I say that I want to study from x1 to x2, so I want x power n as a total. मुझे x power n का total चाहिए कि ये function कैसे vary कर रहा है in the total. But I want to study that integral from where to where? x1 to x2. This lower point is called as your lower limit. What is called? Lower limit. And this is called as your upper limit. So this range is being defined as the limit of integration. So what we call this as a limit of integration. So for this I am writing here that part is x power n to x power 2, और किसे स्टडी करना है? x power n dx. So how to solve when we have a limit? हमें मालूम है हमें यहाँ से यहाँ तक पढ़ना है, and that is called the definite integral. And for the rule x power n, the rule is x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 from where to where? X power 1 to x power. Once you applied the rule, जैसे ही आपने rule apply कर लिया, you have to remove the sign of integration. But since the limit hasn't been applied here, so you have to write down the limit as it is. Now you will apply the limit. So how to apply the limit? First of all, this is your upper limit and this one is your lower limit. So first of all, we have to replace that variable with the upper limit. Then we have to replace with the lower limit. So whom you are going to replace? We are going to replace that variable. यहाँ पे वो variable x है. So we have to replace first of all x with the upper limit. So what is the upper limit? X2, and the rest of the things should be same. So firstly I replace with the upper limit minus. So firstly you have to replace with the upper limit minus. Now you have to replace with the lower limit x1 n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is your final answer if you go with such type of integral. So I will not suggest कि आपको ये रखना है. You should know the technique how to solve this, because we are going to practice one numerical on the board here. Then you will have as usual the assignment जो आपको done करना है. And try to practice जितने भी questions आपको दिए गए, because more you will be practice, definitely make sure that in the next upcoming 2 to 3 lectures we are going to use this concept. हम इस calculus method को use करेंगे. Either we do differential calculus or either we use integral calculus, और ये आपके future का हिस्सा होने वाले हैं बहुत ज़्यादा. So please, on a serious note, please clarify it. If you have any doubt, again ask me. So first of all, write down the rules for the integral. Indefinite, if it is indefinite, if you do not have the limit, you have to mention the constant. If you have the limit, you do not have to write the constant. Please have it. Okay? So now we will do one numerical so that you can get to know that how we are going to do the integral. अभी के लिए हम लोग वही वाली बात है, टूल को अप्लाई करना सीख जाते हैं और फिर कहाँ पे अप्लाई करना है, we will do that. So let's have a answer or let's have a one question जो अभी हम लोग यहाँ पे अप्लाई करके देख सकते हैं. And let's suppose teacher has given us that integrate x square plus cos x plus root x. So teacher has given us we have to integrate it. अब हमें integrate करना है. But in this he hasn't mentioned that from where to where we have to integrate. कहाँ से कहाँ हमें integrate करना है. So definitely it is an example of indefinite integral. So let's integrate it. So we have to integrate x square plus cos x plus root x. Variable is dx. So we have to integrate it. So let's start with that. So since how many terms we have? We have 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. So all the terms are going to be integrated separately. So it would be x square dx plus it would be cos x dx. Okay? Plus it would be root word means x power half dx. Now help it. So x power something. So we are going to apply the rule of power. But remember beta, there is a 2 rules. एक power का rule differentiation का है और एक integration का. So please do not get confused in both of them. So x power n rule is x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Done? Plus differentiation of cos x. So you know that, sorry, integration of cos x, and you know that जो हम लोग already अभी rule में लिख के आ चुके हैं, that differentiation of cos x was minus sin x, but integration of cos x is sin x. Okay? Plus x power half. So we are going to again apply the rule x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus some constant. Okay. When we solve this integration, there would be some constant, let's suppose c1, there would be some constant with this integration, there would be some constant, but when we add the constant of first, second and third term, it will gives us the new constant. So I will write or we will write a constant at a once. एक बार ही लिख देंगे बाद में. Okay? So your answer would be x cubed by 3 plus sin x plus, what is that? X power half plus 1. So it would be x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 means 2x की power 3 by 2 plus constant. And this is your answer. Since if you want to check out this, अगर आप इसे check करना चाहते हैं whether we are doing the correct integration or not, we can have this. So I want to again revise that if we do differentiation, you can write in this manner. Let's suppose you have any function fx and if we differentiate it, अगर हम इसे क्या करते हैं, differentiate करते हैं, it will gives you a new function f dash x. Okay? And if we integrate it, it will again gives you fx. I think अब आपको थोड़ा और क्लियर हो रहा होगा. Means the differentiation of any functions gives you that. तो उस फंक्शन का अगर वापस से इंटीग्रेशन करते हैं तो वो fx आएगा. तो यहाँ पे टीचर ने हमें एक फंक्शन दिया. टीचर हैज प्रोवाइडेड अस सम फंक्शन और हमने उसका इंटीग्रेशन करके ये रूल निकाला. सो वी आर इंटीग्रेटिंग दिस टू दिस आंसर. So definitely this should be f dash x. Clear? Means this should be our final answer and this should be fx. Means the integration of f dash x some function जो भी आपको देता है वो आपका एक फाइनल बना. तो इसका मतलब f dash x का इंटीग्रेशन अगर ये है तो इसका डिफरेंशिएशन करेंगे तो वापस से f dash x मिलना चाहिए. So it means अगर हम इसको डिफरेंशिएट कर दे तो हमें ये इक्वेशन वापस मिलना चाहिए. Let's try it. So let's try just for the rechecking. अगर हम लोग चेक करना चाहते हैं and you want to, you can do your by self. Okay? Okay. धीरे धीरे जितना स्पीड से आप आगे काम करते जाएंगे, you are getting more confident in that. आप उसमें और कॉन्फिडेंट होते जाएंगे तो वो आपको बार बार करने का जरूरत नहीं होगा. But I am exploring it कि उस चीज को और आप कह सकते हो. I am placing a valid reason कि that integral is the opposite of the differential. So चलिए, this is your fx. तो डिफरेंशिएट करें d by dx. So differentiation of what? fx. और fx is x cube by 3 plus sin x plus 2x power 3 by 2 by 3 plus 3. Let's differentiate it. Let's have this. So again differentiation rule. First का अलग होगा. So it would be x cube by 3. And now since I am very much practiced, मेरे को practice है तो मैं सबको एक साथ कर देता हूँ. So what is the constant here? 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is a constant, so it would be x power 3 differentiation. So what is the rule of differentiation? N into n minus 1. Differentiation x power n rule. You have to apply the differentiation. Now second term sin x. So differentiation of sin x is cos x. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. But integration of sin x is minus cos x. So please you have to be clarified. Plus. Now 2 by 3 is a constant. What is the power? 3 by 2 and x power 3 by 2 minus 1. And x power n minus 1. And differentiation of constant is 0. Solve this. X power 3 minus 1. X square plus cos x. X power, sorry, plus x power 3 by 2 minus 1. X half and 0. Check this out. X square plus cos x plus root x. And what is the meaning of root x? X power half. And that shows you that how we can check. अगर आप किसी भी आपके पास टाइम है and when you want to check it, आप उसे check कर सकते हैं. That how we can do that. So that differentiation of any function gives you the result. तो अगर आप उसी function का integration करते तो आपको वही total लाके दे. Oh, clear? So please note it down this example, how I integrate it, how you solve it. We apply this logic और अगर हम इसका वापस से differentiation करते हैं, we get this result also. Okay? Okay. Now, if it is a definite integral, teacher will provide us some value. We will place the value. How we will place? Firstly, we replace the x. कहाँ पे x? Here is x. Here is x. So जहाँ पे भी x है, firstly replace with the what? Replace with the upper limit minus, then replace all the x with the lower limit and solve this. Clear? So thank you very much. But this is the completion of your chapter 0, or you can say the mathematical tools. So in the first part we discuss about the trigonometry and all that, but in the second part we mostly importantly discuss about the differentiation and the integration. Hope you have done it. If you are getting any doubt, please do not hesitate to ask any doubt. Complete your lecture, and in the next video we will meet with our next chapter. You can say our third chapter. The first was physical world, was simple. The second was important, unit and measurement, and the third one that we are going to meet with the motion in a straight line. But that would be very much helpful. But before leaving to that, I personally want to request, or I personally want one favor from everyone, that in the next video we are going to discuss about the motion in a straight line. So there is something that I want from your side कि आप लोग उसे पहले से ही ready रखें, and I want your previous knowledge about motion. So I want that you should remember various topics in your mind so that हम लोग उसे थोड़ा quick कर सके. The topics are what is motion, rest, distance, displacement, okay, velocity, speed, acceleration, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, uniform acceleration. Means I want your class 9th motion chapter should be revised. So I am requesting each and everyone that with hardly requesting to everyone, if you favor me, you can easily understand. हमें उतना ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा. We can do it quickly and I will do quickly. So it is your request कि आप लोग next video तक या next video को जब भी आप start करें, so before starting the next video आप लोग अपना पुराना topic revise करें. Okay, with that note, thank you very much. I note it down and complete your assignment that you are going to get related to that.